A guide to supporting a loved one with mental illness, 7+ tips and strategies. Mental illness is a common and often misunderstood condition that can have a significant impact on an individual's life. Supporting someone with a mental illness can be challenging, but it can also be beneficial for their well-being. Here are some actionable tips on how to support someone with a mental illness, as well as things to avoid. Tip 1. Listen and validate their feelings. One of the most important things you can do when supporting someone with a mental illness is to listen to them and validate their feelings. Mental illness can be isolating, and individuals may feel like no one understands what they are going through. By listening to their concerns and acknowledging their feelings, you can help them feel heard and supported. It's important to remember that mental illness is a real condition that can have a significant impact on an individual's life. Avoid phrases like "just cheer up" or "it's all in your head," as they can be dismissive and unhelpful. Instead, try to validate their feelings by saying things like "I'm here for you" or "I'm sorry you're going through this." Research shows that validation can be an effective way to reduce the symptoms of mental illness. In a study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology, researchers found that validating statements helped individuals with depression feel less hopeless and more understood. Tip 2. Offer practical support. Practical support can also be beneficial for individuals with mental illness. Tasks that may seem simple, such as cooking a meal or helping with household chores, can be challenging for those with mental illness. By offering practical support, you can help ease some of the burdens they may be facing. You can also offer to accompany them to doctor's appointments or therapy sessions. Many individuals with mental illness struggle with the stigma associated with their condition and may feel ashamed to seek help. By offering to accompany them, you can help them feel more supported and encourage them to seek the help they need. Research shows that social support can be an effective way to reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. In a study published in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology, researchers found that social support was a significant predictor of recovery from depression. Tip 3. Educate yourself and others. One of the most effective ways to support someone with a mental illness is to educate yourself and others about the condition. Mental illness is often stigmatized, and many individuals may feel ashamed or embarrassed to seek help. By educating yourself about mental illness, you can help reduce the stigma associated with the condition and encourage others to seek help. You can also help educate others by sharing your experiences and offering resources to those who may be struggling. It's important to remember that mental illness affects individuals from all walks of life, and it's essential to treat everyone with compassion and understanding. Research shows that education and awareness can be an effective way to reduce the stigma associated with mental illness. In a study published in the Journal of Community Psychology, researchers found that a mental health awareness program was effective in reducing stigma and increasing knowledge about mental illness. Things to avoid. While there are many things you can do to support someone with a mental illness, there are also several things to avoid. Here are 3 things to keep in mind. Don't try to diagnose or fix the individual. Mental illness is a complex condition, and it's important to leave the diagnosis and treatment to trained professionals. Don't dismiss their feelings or experiences. Mental illness is a real and challenging condition that can have a significant impact on an individual's life. Dismissing their feelings can be unhelpful and hurtful. Don't take on too much. While it's important to offer support, it's also essential to take care of yourself. Supporting someone with a mental illness can be challenging, and it's essential to take space for your own needs. Do not blame or shame the person for their mental illness. It's important to understand that mental illness is not a choice or a character flaw, but a medical condition that requires treatment and support. Blaming or shaming someone for their mental illness can make them feel worse, and may discourage them from seeking help. It can also lead to negative attitudes and stigmatization. Mental illness is often misunderstood and stigmatized in society, which can make it difficult for people to seek help and support. Instead of blaming or shaming, it's important to show empathy, understanding, and support. Encourage and support treatment. Treatment for mental illness can be effective in managing symptoms and improving quality of life. Encouraging and supporting someone to seek professional help, such as therapy or medication, can be a crucial step in their recovery journey. It's important to keep in mind that everyone's experience with mental illness is different, and treatment may not be a one-size-fits-all solution. Encourage the person to explore different treatment options and find what works best for them. Educate yourself and others. Mental illness is a complex and multifaceted issue, and it's important to educate yourself and others to better understand and support those who are affected. This can involve learning about the signs and symptoms of different mental illnesses, as well as understanding the various treatment options available. By educating yourself and others, you can help reduce the stigma surrounding mental illness and create a more supportive and understanding environment for those who are affected. In conclusion, supporting someone with mental illness can be challenging, but it's important to remember that your support can make a significant impact on their recovery journey. By actively listening, offering empathy, avoiding blame or shame, encouraging treatment, and educating yourself and others, you can provide the support and understanding that someone with mental illness needs to thrive.